action. GLP-1 agonists work by activating the GLP-1 receptor, which is found all around the body. Some sites are on beta cells in the pancreas and on neurons in the brain. GLP-1 receptor activation slows gastric emptying, inhibits the release of glucagon, and stimulates insulin production, thereby improving glucose homeostasis in people with type 2 diabetes. GLP-1 receptor activation also stimulates satiety, thus reducing food intake, promoting the development of a negative energy balance, and decreasing body weight over time, making GLP-1 agonists a treatment option for obesity. Another class of anti-diabetes drugs, DPP-4 inhibitors, work by reducing the breakdown of endogenous GLP-1 and are generally considered less potent than GLP-1 agonists. Some of the metabolic effects of GLP-1 agonists in rodents are mediated via increased synthesis of fibroblast growth factor 21. Pharmaceutical companies have developed dual GLP-1 FGF21 receptor agonists. History. During the 1980s, John Pierre Rothman worked as a postdoctoral researcher at the National Institutes of Health for John Bassano, a biochemist who specialized in collecting venom from various animals and looking for novel substances that could affect human physiology. In the course of his work, Rothman focused on the Gila monster because he was curious about his practice of eating once or twice per year. He reported that Gila monster venom had biologically active molecules that